Ashe. Her passive makes her basic attacks slow and deal extra damage. Ashe's Q lets her activate it for increased attack speed after 4 basic attacks. Ashe's W is a cone that fires arrows. Ashe's E shoots an ice hawk that gives vision. Ashe's R is a giant frost arrow that stuns longer the further it travels. Azir. Azir's passive lets him create a turret. Azir's Q lets him move his soldiers. Azir's W lets him spawn his soldiers. Azir's E flings him towards his soldiers. Azir's R places a wall that won't let you leap or dash over it. Caitlyn. Caitlyn's passive is a headshot. Once in a while her auto attacks deal more damage. Her Q is a casted shot. Her W are traps. Her E is a net that pushes her away and slows down the enemy champion. Her ult is a long range ace shot. Corki. Corki's basic attacks final damage output is half magic and half attack damage. There is also this really cool package that arrives from time to time. His Q is a bomb. His W is a leap that unleashes weak fire. His E is a Gatling gun. His R is rockets that can be stored up to 7 times. Draven. His passive stacks adoration by catching his axes. If he kills a champion, the adoration stacks will turn into gold. His Q causes him to spin axes which deal so much damage. His W gives him movement speed and attack speed. His E throws axes that disrupt movement. His ultimate shoots out a huge axis. Ezreal. Ezreal's passive will do increased attack speed each time he hits a spell. His Q is a long range shot that procs on hit effects. His W is a shot that can go through enemies. He can cast it on allies for increased attack speed. His E is a blink. His ultimate is a giant global banana. Graves. Graves' passive only allows 2 auto attacks. He has to reload after those 2. Graves' Q shoots an explosive shell. Graves' W shoots a smoke screen. Graves' E is a dash. Graves' ultimate is a heavy shell that explodes. Chase gets movement speed every time he switches stance. His Q shoots a blue orb. In melee mode he dunks you. His W makes his attack speed increase. In melee form he has a cloud of energy around him. His E creates a gate that increases speed as well as enhances the Q's orbs. In melee form it swings a champion away. His ultimate switches between hammer and gun stance. Jhin. Jin's passive makes him only have 4 shots. His final shot will crit and deal more damage. His Q shoots a grenade. His W is a line that can stun if you have been harmed by any of Jin's damage. His E is a trap. His ultimate is a cannon with 4 shots similar to his passive. Jinx. Jinx receives movement speed when she kills a turret or a champion. Jinx Q allows her to switch between minigun and rocket gun. Her W is a long range zap. Her E is a trap. And her ultimate is a long range missile. Kalista. Kalista passives allows her to jump while she is auto attacks. Her Q is a fast moving spear. Her W is a weird like thing that moves around the map. Her E adds stacks to enemies that can be popped. Her ultimate binds an ally that she can toss around. Cannon. Cannon's passive adds a mark. If they reach 3 of them, they are stunned. His Q throws a shuriken. His W shocks anyone with the mark. His E electrifies him, giving him movement speed. His ultimate creates a storm of lightning that marks anyone in it at least 3 times. Kindred. Kindred marks his targets. His Q tumbles and fires arrows. His W is a wolf that attacks. His E fires a shot that slows. His ultimate keeps everyone from going below 10% health. Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's passive allows him to become a walking grenade upon dying. His Q launches a gooey substance. His W increases his range and damage. His E makes him throw up a slow. His ultimate is an artillery-like ability. Lucian. Lucian's passives allows him to double shot after ability is casted. His Q is a piercing bolt through enemies. His W is a missile of light. His E is a dash. His ultimate shoots in a single direction. Misfortune. Misfortune deals bonus attack damage to every new target. Her Q shoots a bullet that bounces behind an enemy. Her W passively gives her movement speed and when activated gives her attack speed. Her E is a bullet shower that slows. Her ultimate is a barrage of bullets. Quinn. Quinn's passive shows yellow targets cause her to deal bonus damage on enemy champions. Her Q can blind and do damage. Her W reveals area around her. Her E dashes to an enemy. Her R allows her to fly around with valor. If casted again, she does damage to nearby enemies. Sivir. Sivir's passive gives her movement speed if she hits you. Her Q is a boomerang. Her W allows her weapon to bounce off enemies. Her E is a spell shield. Her ultimate gives her movement speed to her and her allies. Teemo. Teemo's passive allows him to turn invisible if he is not damaged. Upon moving, he has increased attack speed. Teemo's Q is a dart that blinds. His W is a speed boost. It also passively gives him movement speed. His E passively makes his auto attacks poison. His ultimate puts down invisible shrooms that can be exploded. If you're playing an ARAM, you can buy oracles to see them, by the way. Tristana's passive gives her longer range as she levels up. Her Q increases her attack speed for a short time. Her W is a rocket jump. Her E is a charge that can be ticked till exploded. Her ultimate pushes away champions, dealing magic damage. Twitch's passive poisons people. His Q lets him go invisible and increases his attack speed. His W throws poison that slows in a radius. His E pops all poison stacks. His ultimate increases damage and range. He also shoots through units. Varus. When Varus kills a unit, it gives him attack speed. If it is a champion, he gains even more. His Q is a charged arrow. His W applies stacks to enemies that allow other abilities to do more damage based off how many attacks are on the enemy. His E is a slow that applies grievous ones. His ultimate stuns the first person on impact but will stun anyone who is binded after. Vayne's passive gives her movement speed when running towards an enemy champion. Her Q is a tumble that enhances her next auto attack. Her W on a third hit will deal true damage. Her E pushes enemies. If they are pinned to a wall, they will get stunned. Her ultimate gives her bonus attack damage and movement speed, plus her Q will grant her invisibility. Xayah. Her passive allows her to pierce after casting an ability. Her Q throws 2 blades. Her W empowers her next basic attacks. Her E allows her to recall the feathers. If a target gets hit with a lot, he will be rooted. Her ultimate makes her untargetable when she leaps in the air. She then shoots a cone of feathers.